YouTube, what is going on? I'm your host, Runaway Child, and I'm back at y'all with another one. If you haven't hit that subscribe button, take the opportunity right now. Go ahead, hit that subscribe button. And if you're already subscribed to the channel, hey, throw a like on this video. A like don't cost you anything to throw on this video. It is for free, so please show your boy some love. But anyhow, I got another good one for y'all today, man. This comes from Ohio, Toledo, Ohio. Some of it will wind up in Columbus, Ohio. I'm quite sure a lot of you all have heard of this story. Very sad story. It's about a young girl by the name of Kimani Lateeg. I'm quite sure y'all have heard of it, so please don't get in the comment section saying, oh, this story is old and this, that, and the third, so forth and so on. But it happened around about 2 weeks ago. I think it happened on March 13th or something like that. But the little girl went missing. And when she went missing, she was missing for like 2 days. And the family thought that the grandmother had something to do with the situation because the young lady was living with her grandmother at the time when all of this stuff took place or whatnot. But she ended up, the grandmother ended up coming home from work one morning and found the young woman missing and the young girl missing. And she called the authorities and everything and said that the situation was strange and that she didn't know what had happened. And a couple of her items and stuff were left behind, and that was unlike her. And she had a key and a phone and stuff where she could reach out to people, and she hadn't reached out to people at that time. So the grandmother was worried, but the family members thought that the grandmother had something to do with her disappearance. And the little girl, she was only like 13 years old. So the grandmother ultimately wound up finding out that the little girl was unalive in an abandoned house. And so the family and everyone, they were still blaming the grandmother until other details came out. But anyhow, I'll go ahead, I'll get into it because I don't want to talk you guys' heads off. But I'll go ahead, I'll get into it, and I'll give y'all my commentary as things go on. But this situation I found to be strange, and I will wind up following this story and giving you guys updates as I find out more information. So bear with me and let's go.
I just want her to come home safely. I mean, she's not in trouble. She hasn't been in trouble.
This is a picture of Spring Elementary student Kimani Lateeg. The teen has not been seen since Sunday evening after 10 p.m. Her grandmother says she came home from work and the door was unlocked.
It was Monday morning.
Okay.
And when I came home, she wasn't here. Of course, she was supposed to have been on her way to school, but according to the way that the house was set up, once I got here, because it was in complete disarray, she wasn't here. So I called the school so that I can talk to her, and they said that she wasn't there.
She says Kimani's keys were at the house along with her glasses. Her grandmother says the 13-year-old can't see without them. She also told me the stove was on and you could smell gas.
Other than her and I, it's just the two dogs in the house. So who cut it on? So that was kind of suspicious. Then her glasses and her underclothes were by the couch in the front room. Her pajamas were in the dining room and the floor.
Her family handed out flyers telling people if they see her to call police. The teen's grandmother says she's not the type of kid to run off.
She always calls me and asks me prior to going somewhere, can she go? She's a latchkey kid, so she has her own keys for the home. She has a phone just in case anything happens. She can contact somebody. She's very responsible.
Kimani's father says he saw his daughter late Sunday night after she called him afraid to be home alone.
I came over here because she said that if it seemed like somebody was trying to break into the house. So I sat for an hour, me and my cousin, we sat over here. And we left around like 12:30-ish.
The girl went missing from Elm and Bronson. Toledo police are investigating.
They came inside, they looked around, the officer requested to see her room, how it was set up and all of that, and she went through some of her things, but they didn't take anything.
Now, you guys may not know this, but when they found the little girl, her hands were gone. And they're trying to figure out who would do this. They tied her up, they almost decapitated her, and they cut her hands off. And they also raped her. So they were saying that the grandmother had something to do with it. I don't know, but I'm just giving you all the details. So, man, this is so sad. If y'all got young girls, man, please pay attention to them. Please pay attention to some of the signs. Please pay attention to the ones that surround them. It's sad.
Man, I'm here, y'all. They saying they found the baby body in this abandoned building, man. This is so freaking sad. Please don't let this be this baby. Oh my God, man. Please. Please, please, please.
It's my child.
Lord Jesus, have mercy, God. Oh my God. Kimani. Lord Jesus. Lord Jesus. Oh my God. Can I have a hug, baby? Can I have a hug? Oh my God.
I just want to know if it's my child.
I know, baby. Lord Jesus. Please don't let this be her. Alexis, y'all know nothing? Please say something. This is a baby. Please.
They won't be able to identify whoever's in the house.
Okay, so how about you let me identify?
This is her.
The fuck?
I know. Until they
Baby,
see it,
please.
okay?
Baby, please, God.
See, I'm mad right now. Y'all lucky y'all call me when I'm mad. Because if I break down, bitch, it's really over with.
Oh, Lord
Where's
Jesus.
my child?
Lord Jesus, Lord Jesus. Oh, Lord Jesus.
Now, see, I don't see the reasoning in acting this way or how the mother is acting, but I do understand and I can, sympathize with her, because what they're not saying is they won't allow the biological mom to view the child's body because she is not the guardian of the child. The grandmother is. So I'm wondering what happened. How did the grandmom wind up with the little girl? Like, what happened? Because this lady, she also has other children as well. So what happened, and how did the grandmother wind up with the young girl? I don't know, but they won't allow the mother to go in and view the little girl to see if it's actually her. They have the grandmother going in the inside. Well, let's go.
Jesus.
And the day after she went missing, WTOL 11 spoke with her grandmother. She told us that when she came home from work, she noticed something unusual: Kamani's clothes on the floor. Concerned, she called the Toledo police. 2 more days had passed, 72 hours after anyone had last seen Kamani alive. Family, friends, and even strangers joined the search, determined to bring her home. Throughout the weekend, search teams combined combed the area along Kamani's mother, looking for a sign of the 13-year-old. Then on Sunday, March 23rd, a felony abduction charge was filed against Darnell Jones, Kamani's father. And now today, the heartbreaking reality has set in. Police recovered a body from this abandoned house in East Toledo yesterday and have confirmed it is 13-year-old Kamani Lateef.
So now, as you guys heard in that clip, a warrant arrest has been issued for the father. And an arrest warrant has been issued for the father in this situation. This is sad, man. Why is an arrest warrant being issued for the father?
Your own grandbaby. Nigga, you told me I was supposed to be a and that you gave me life anyway, so I wanted to do something for you. I let you see your first fucking grandchild come into this world, nigga. And this is what the fuck you do to her? Nigga, fuck that bitch. Okay.
So see, this is the daughter. The daughter is outraged, and the whole community is outraged at the grandmother because they're thinking that the grandmother had something to do with this, with the little girl going missing. And the whole community is out there in outrage at the grandmother.
We love you, Kimani! Why though? Like, what?
You know what you did to her! You got in jail too, bitch! I knew it! It's exactly what she should have been in jail! She should have been in jail! A long time ago! Get that! Get her! Get her! That! I'm telling you! I'm telling you! I'm telling you!
Is there family members that weren't allowed around her?
No, it's just not very many that came around, and those that did, you know, she acted, as far as I'm concerned, she acted accordingly. She embraced.
See, that's what I'm saying. Where was this little girl's family? Who was her family? Like, besides her and the grandmother, where was the mom? If the mom had any brothers, any siblings, any aunties, any uncles, like, where was the family? They failed this little girl. Like, no one noticed the signs. No one noticed that she was acting different or acting weird, or that at the end of y'all will see at the end of this video, the teachers and stuff, the little girl, she tried to reach out to the teachers and even tried to reach out to her bus driver. And her bus driver and her teachers, they tried to do everything that they could to try to get the little girl some help, but man, the whole system they failed.
All children, bad or good. Okay, next question.
So now we do know that Darnell, you know, people are looking for Darnell Jones right now. The police are looking for Darnell Jones, and there's an arrest warrant out for him. Do you have any idea of his whereabouts?
Oh, well, to my knowledge, he was just arrested in Columbus. He just recently had a shootout with the police in Columbus. They're saying that he confessed to her murder, and no, I take that back. They're saying that he confessed to her rape and slitting her throat.
So now we know the dad did this to this little girl. The father of this little girl. I got so many things I want to say, but I got to keep it cool for YouTube. But listen, there is no way that if I had a little girl, if someone did this to her, Lord knows I will lose my everlasting mind. And I'm quite sure a lot of you guys will too. Because the flat truckers, we don't play over here. Especially about no stuff like this. But flat truckers, man, the cops are gonna catch this guy. And he basically gonna tell the cops that he don't want to live no more. But they don't unalive him. They actually, lock him up so that he can see trial. Me, personally, I wouldn't want him to go to trial. I'm sorry to say that. Some of y'all might feel some kind of way about that. But I don't give a damn. You did this to this young girl, innocent young girl, that never have did anything to anybody. And here it is, you want people to feel sympathy for you. And now you want to go ahead and you want to go ahead and leave here the quick way when you took this girl through Lord knows whatever. Man.
Darnell Jones is accused of abducting and killing his 13-year-old daughter, Kimani Lateef. Her body was found in a burned-out home in East Toledo, sparking a manhunt for Jones, a manhunt that ended Tuesday morning in Columbus.
He's still southbound. He's got his hood back, so he's got a bald head, it looks like.
Columbus police, around 10 Tuesday morning, They'd been aware that Darnell Jones could be in town for the past 2 days. An officer spotted someone that matched his description.
What's your name? Kill me.
Dude, show me your hands, right?
So this guy done cut his hair off so that he can try to evade the police, so that he can try to deceive the police. But they know that it's him. And stick around to the end of this video, because it's going to reveal how they actually knew that it was him. So make sure you stick around to the end.
Now, pull your hand out of your... I swear to God, pull your...
Body cam footage from Columbus police shows.
Now, I couldn't show you guys the actual because, like I said, YouTube guidelines. And Lord knows I don't want to get my channel strike. But this is for educational purposes only. And YouTube, I'm just trying to make people aware. So please don't strike my video. I am not condoning violence. But in this situation, I don't feel sorry. I'm sorry to say that. Sorry, not sorry.
Jones appeared to reach for something in his pocket. That's when the officer opened fire, hitting Jones at least once.
Don't move. He's got 33 right there.
33 in his hand.
No, it's a walkie-talkie, but there's 33s right here. Don't you move or you're going to get shot, okay?
Officers approached slowly, concerned because Jones still had a gun within his reach. Officers are able to move the weapon away and get Jones in cuffs.
We'll get you help, okay?
I just want to die, bro.
No, I know, but we can't allow that.
Jones was taken to the hospital where he remains tonight. Once he's healthy enough to be discharged, Jones will be arraigned in Columbus on a felonious assault charge. We expect him to be sent back to Toledo to face a judge for the murder and abduction of Kimani Lateef.
So you tried to run to Columbus. Y'all know how far Columbus is from Toledo. Columbus, Ohio, Toledo, Ohio. It's right there. You didn't even have no money or nothing to run after you did all this stuff. Like, what made you in your head? What made you all of a sudden want to go pick your daughter up and do all of this stuff? And it's a culprit in it. And that's another thing too. He got a culprit in it, but they don't really mention the culprit too much at all. Or unless he made it up.
It has now been 4 days since Toledo police found the 13-year-old's body inside a dilapidated home in East Toledo. And during that time, there have been questions from politicians and community members as to where we failed that little girl and what police know.
Y'all definitely failed this little girl. Y'all definitely failed her. I'm lost for words. I promise you I am.
How does it feel to learn that?
I can't even say.
You know, as the police report mentions, Kimani was last seen with Darnell. You know, do you have any regrets of letting Kimani go with, as you're her guardian, do you have any regrets of letting Kimani go with Darnell?
I do, only because, like I said, I feel deceived. I feel like this was pre-planned. I feel like you meant to do this. I feel like you was grooming her.
When you say grooming her, is there things that you saw before this leading
No,
up?
I never saw anything out the ordinary. But when molesters decide to choose prey, they groom you first. So they give you gifts. They try and make you comfortable with them. They try and say little things to you that you and they can keep secret. And then eventually they pounce. And that's how I feel that oh God. How all of this is played out, I feel that's what happened. She was a virgin. She didn't like boys.
So now the crowd is getting outraged, and you'll hear somebody scream in the crowd that the grandmother and the dad were basically having relations amongst each other. So that's why I say this whole situation, it just seems strange to me. I don't know. Like, what was really going on? They actually arrested the grandmother. They arrested her. But then she comes back and she says she asked to be arrested. I don't know. This is crazy.
And she's still not showing no grief about her grandbaby. Nothing.
Why is she still here?
Why they ain't locked her ass up? Cause she part of that shit too. Your own grandbaby.
No tears. That's your grandbaby, though, right? No tears. That's your grandbaby, though, right? She called and confronted with me on the phone before she even got in here. No tears. No tears.
That shit crazy. She need to go down.
Ain't showing no emotion, and all she gotta say is back the fuck up.
She need to go to jail.
Listen, right now in Chicago, bro. I've been on her days behind the scenes. Why would she even be giving a statement right now, bro? Because she know the city will tear that ass up about that baby girl. What is you talking about? Whatever
Because she don't do their jobs right. That's why Cleveland, everybody, the dad and the cousin. She's fucking the dad. The cousin in jail. They arrested the cousin. You going to jail?
So see, as y'all can see, the whole community is at the grandmother's throat. Because they thinking that the grandmother did it. And they thinking that she had something to do with this little girl getting abducted.
She never would have happened if my baby was back, bro.
Take her daughter.
Take her motherfucking child.
That's what we said.
How the fuck her own mama? But she the biological mom.
So did they take the other Dorothy over there to go identify it?
Yeah, they took her back there. But they didn't let her own mom go down there.
That's that business. They finna shit. I'm running right with it. I ain't trying to get you. I want something in my girl.
My baby was she know she knows what the fuck happened, bro. And I don't care. My baby will never see her fucking sister again, bro. I don't care.
Why didn't she have her kids? I mean, why didn't she have this little girl? Why did the grandmother have her? If you have other kids and you saying that your sister ain't gonna never be able to see, excuse me, and you saying that your sister is not gonna be able to see her little sister anymore, why didn't you have your daughter? Why didn't you have Kimani? What happened that took Kimani from your home and placed her with the grandmother? Because they said the grandmother has had her for like the last 5 years or so. So the little girl was 13. That means she would have been 8. Did the mother do something or commit something that, I don't know. It's just not adding up to me.
And then how they allowed their friend to go back in with her and not the daughter? How you allowed your other friend to go back and not the daughter? That don't make no sense.
I'd have been back there on my kids, bro. I wouldn't have gave a fuck.
They found the body up there? Yeah. They already brought it down. You seen it? It was in a
Arlington, y'all.
Arlington and what?
You said Arlington and shit.
What's Arlington for?
That's where her body's at.
Dorothy, what you gotta say? Is that her right here? That's her. Don't bring that bitch over. Dorothy, you gonna get your ass whooped. No, I ain't leave her alone. That ain't happening. That ain't happening. Dorothy, what you gotta say? What the fuck you mean what I got to say? What you gotta say? With the shit. Oh, you ain't know nothing. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. You gonna be my liar. What you going? You shut the fuck up.
So as you can see, they trying to get into it with the grandmother because they want to know, what did the grandmother have to do with this? Because at this point, the dad has been captured and now the grandmother is acting like she's not outraged about it. So the whole community is going off.
People from the neighborhood had contacted me and said that there was a mob in front of my house and they were talking about what they were going to do to me once I came home. So the police, the detective, said that she would have a unit come out and help me get my things and more or less escort me off the property. I asked to be handcuffed just so they can get the away from my property.
Why would you ask to be arrested? I mean, why would you ask to be handcuffed? Like, if you haven't did anything and you wanted these people off your property, you could have just had the law enforcement remove them from the property. Why did you tell them to put handcuffs on you? This story is not making sense.
There's also comments, and we're just trying to address those and get those addressed, but there's comments online and speculation again that, Kimani, her home situation, she was abused. What do you have to say to that?
Okay, abuse in whose eyes? Because she was not abused. Yes, she was chastised whenever she was wrong or did things wrong. Other than that, she was not abused. She was not just whooped for no reason or just because I felt like it. I've went through this twice because the school system had contact.
So see, there you have it. The school system tried to do what they needed to do to help this little girl, because this little girl was going to school with bruises and other things, allegedly going to school with bruises and stuff on her body, and she was complaining to her teachers and her school bus driver that something was going on in the home. But the grandmother is saying basically it was all out of like punishment or whatever, child get in trouble, she getting whooping and stuff like that. But it had to be more. I don't understand. You get them called on you not once, but twice. You get CPS called on you twice, or CSB as she stated.
Contacted CSB on her behalf when she went to Bennett Academy. And they came in, they did a case study and closed it. They've stated there's a way to chastise children without physically harming them, and you need to whoop them on their behind, nowhere else. So, okay, with that in mind, I knew that. So she didn't have like bruises all over.
So this is her teacher. This is one of the teachers that reached out and tried to help the little girl out.
Sick to my core, devastated, to say the least. I made many reports concerned about her safety and was fearful that something like this might happen. I don't even have the words to express how I feel. Kimani expressed some things to us in the school, not only to myself, but to the other adults in the building, her peers, her school bus driver, who all made phone calls to Child Protective Services. Lucas County Children's Services was notified on several different occasions that she may be at risk of child abuse in the home, and it just fell on deaf ears. Our calls were not heard, her voice was not heard, and she told us some very concerning things that were happening to her in that household.
How long ago was that when they came into your home?
I would say the latest, it was approximately 7 months ago.
So these people came into your home 7 months ago, and now this happens. And as I stated, everything in this is all alleged now, so don't take my word for it. Y'all go look the story up for yourselves. And it's all over TikTok. And I want to say thank you to all of the platforms and everything that I pulled a lot of this information from. Thank you guys, and for putting this story out and getting this story out. And real stand-up community. They've been out there throwing cookouts. They've been out there raising money and all kinds of things for this young lady, for this little girl. Very sad situation. They had a candlelight visual, and they did a balloon release. They just been out there doing all kind of stuff. But y'all go look it up for yourselves. It's all over TikTok. I'm very surprised and very shocked that a lot of the platforms that I watched haven't picked this story up. But y'all go check it out.
And so you say the latest. So was it a few times that they came into your
It
home?
was
to check?
twice total.
So twice total that they came into your home and checked. Okay. And it was all for just like you mentioned, what you just said earlier,
Yes.
explaining. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Now, in terms of, this whole situation, so you were not arrested, correct? And that's
Correct.
what, a lot of people seem to think as they saw you going out in cuss. That's what you asked for, correct?
Yes.
Kimani's father says he saw his daughter late Sunday night.
Now look at this punk ass. The hell with it, YouTube. This punk ass. Y'all know what I want to say. Man, I don't condone violence, but Lord knows, if this was me, if this was my little girl, my niece, my little sister, whatever, however, man, I am fixing to do some of the most, let me not say that. I ain't doing nothing. I'm going to let the police handle it. We'll say that.
After she called him afraid to be home alone.
I came over here because she said that if it seemed like somebody was trying to break into the house. So I sat for an hour, me and my cousin, we sat over here. And we left around like 12:30ish.
So see, this is the culprit. This is the culprit. His cousin. So you and your big grown cousin. Why didn't the cousin try to stop you? Like, what story did you tell him? Or is this all made up? I don't know. This is strange.
We also have new details about the investigation into Kimani's murder. Toledo police executed several search warrants, including...
So I told you guys to stick around, right? This is going to be how he got caught. This is going to be how it all unfolded. Check it out.
Where he lived on the east side. 13 Action News has learned it was Darnell Jones' girlfriend who helped police with evidence in the case. That woman, who asked us not to identify her, tells us Jones called her Friday and asked her to turn off the cameras at the home. She says she got suspicious and did not turn them off, and she adds she was in the bedroom when a relative saw Jones move some items from his SUV into the house and hide them under the basement stairs. She called police, who got a search warrant and then took the evidence.
What did he hide under your stairs?
It was like a mat for the back of your truck, not a pickup, but SUV. You know, when you lay your seats down and you put that rubber mat in there to protect the back of your seats in case you're hauling something. That's what he rolled up and put in my basement. And his work boots, which were caked with mud, and he hadn't worked in a while.
Shout out to the girlfriend. Shout out to the girlfriend. Whoever you is, young lady, whoever you are, thank you so much for somebody finally paying attention. She paid attention to what this guy was doing. She didn't try to cover it up. She didn't try to say, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going for that. She called the law. She called the law. She noticed that things were suspicious. Something ain't right about this. Why he asked me to cut the cameras off? What he hid? She asked these questions. Now I'm fixing to call the law. Right now. Fixing to call the law. We're going to get this thing figured out. And I guess he got wind of that she didn't want to go along with what he was doing and saying. So he tried to skip town and go to Columbus. Bro, Columbus is a hop, skip, and a jump from Toledo. And then you wind up getting popped by the lawman. They should have got him up out of here. If it was me, yeah, I should have been the police officer that day.
She says once Jones noticed the items gone, she never saw him again. She also told us Jones called her from Columbus, and she told police where they could find him. As the Toledo community continues to grieve the loss of Kimani Lateeg, some are stepping up to help contribute to a funeral service for the young girl.
I just want to say, man, as we end this video, I just want to say, man, my condolences to the family. R.I.P. to this young girl. Please rest in peace. Sleep in peace. S.I.P. You know, this is sad. I'm sorry that this had to happen to you, Kimani. But I'm gonna be following this story because I have young kids myself, and this kind of touched my heart. And I'm quite sure it touched a lot of people's heart because if you go on TikTok, it's all over TikTok, man. People are outraged about this. And yeah. But if y'all wanna go and check it out, send something, flowers, balloons, money, whatever. Just go and check it out. I'll leave some of the links in the description box, and some links in the box below. And I can't even get my words together. Man, my wife, she sent me this, and she just kind of briefed on it, and I went and did a deep dive, and she's even shocked about the stuff that I found. So, for all of you all that's paying attention, man, please hold your kids, love on your kids, give them all the support that they need, pay attention to them. You know, a lot of y'all parents be working a lot and stuff, I understand. But man, make sure you pay attention to your kids, man. There's some cruel people in this world. I mean, there's some people in this world that they just don't give a damn about life itself. But anyhow, I'll catch you guys on the next one. Until next time, runaway child, and we are out.